Hardcoreboxingnews, and that's what's up, man.
Hey, Dad. This is $1.
And that's what's up, man. Okay, you gonna come on here and just break news just like that, huh?
This is $1.
Hey, it's your boy Jay Hardcoreboxingnews. What you got going on, bro? We out of here.
We gotta wake up. First the families on everybody's side. You know what I'm saying? First the family on everybody's side. All right, but let's get back to business, man.
All right, y'all. It's a Rise exclusive.
Yeah, I want to talk about the comment Tank made about Mike Tyson and whatnot, and everybody that knows me. Tank, when he talked about skills, his boxing skills, but I think he was meaning and referring to his life skill too. Like somebody made a comment to me and him about, I'm like Kaz to Mike. To Tank. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is I'm still living and whatnot. And, he looks at Mike's life versus his life, look at his boxing skills and whatnot. They always talk about Mike Tyson's power the same way they talk about Tank's power. They just start talking about his skill level. And that's why he made that comment about his skill level. You know what I'm saying? And he's understanding that he's that Generation X kid that came from the Mike Tyson, the Floyd. Sometimes I even look at situations of Floyd life. Tank came from a situation the same way Floyd did. You know what I'm saying? But he's still chasing that journey, People was getting on him about he's talking about Mike's skill. You can't take nothing from Mike. Mike is great, regardless. He's great. You can't take nothing. When I was in Florida,
I'm live.
Yeah, when I was in Florida with Tank, getting ready
Bad
for
Girls promotion in the building.
Getting ready with
Bad Girls.
Getting ready for Tank fight with Hector Garcia, and I had a chance to spend time with Mike Tyson former coach Stacy. And one thing he told me, and this is his words, he said, "Man, that kid resemble Mike so much, but his lifestyle is different from Mike." You know what I'm saying? But when he get in that ring, he put on performance, and he see the skill levels of Tank, the execution, of how he set things up and whatnot. Tank getting older, he's watching tapes and whatnot. He's been studying Mike. He's been studying some of the moves and some of the things that he do and whatnot. And I sit there and say they misunderstand his thought pattern on it and whatnot.
Yeah, no doubt. I see a lot of similarities, man, between the both, man. And you got so many people, calling Tank baby Mike Tyson and things of that nature. And so, everybody wants to be their own individualist and everything.
Correct.
But it's not like that Tank is trying to throw mud on Mike or anything like that. Not whatsoever. But that's the narrative that they want to run off with. But that's not what's going on. He just wants to be his own man. You know what I mean? And that's just where it's at, man. So people just want to take things and run with it and make it what it's not.
That's
what I couldn't understand the context of it last night, because people they dissing each other, and I'm like, no, they got love for each other. I ain't never really seen them two. You know what I mean? Every time I seen them, it's been love. So I wasn't understanding it last night either.
And Mike will look at it much different because he knows Tank and Mike. When I listen to Mike conversations and whatnot, he's on a different level as far as where he at in his life. You get what I'm saying? Tank is saying what he's saying is because he's studying these guys. Like when I look at some of the things that we've been doing in boxing, Tank got his uncle. Kenny is like Roger to him. I'm like Floyd's dad to him. Y'all get what I'm saying? If you watch his journey and stuff, you'll see some of the similarities in Floyd's life and how he do things, If you look at some of the similarities on the power side, you know what I'm saying? You got the boxing and you got the power side. You'll see some similarities of Mike in there. But the difference is Tank wasn't getting into situations like Mike was coming up, You know, he's getting into his situations, but it's not like Mike. You know, so again, he's saying that he's blessed the way how his things are going, and he's still got a long journey in front of him. Smoothie King, right back at you.
Oh shit, I can't see this on this little phone. Smoothie King, right back at you with another one. Rigo, you can't compare Tank versus Arm Mike. Prime was short and died right when Cuss died. Tank is in a different position where he got everyone that he needs around him. Can't compare that to someone who did.
Good on that screen. So you know, so people see it. It's just way how you look at things and whatnot. So you know, don't misunderstand what Tank is trying to say and whatnot. You know, he's just trying to make himself better. When Floyd made that statement on the best ever, he wasn't getting no out of the situation. He was just saying in his turn, and you couldn't take that from him because if you look at his record, it speaks for itself. You know, so he was just claiming how he felt about something. You know.
Let
And
me
that's
let
so. Go ahead,
let me
go ahead,
let
squeeze.
me break it. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Y'all. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Let me just clear it up for the people that really don't understand the statement that was made. When he said what he said, I knew exactly what he meant. Not to drag it out. You got to understand in sports, they're going to always be comparisons. It's nothing personal. People compare LeBron and Michael Jordan all the time. We can have this great debate about these guys till we go to bed. It's nothing personal. And if you ask me, I'm agreeing with the statement he made. Mike and Tank are two different fighters. The only similarity they have is a knockout ratio. Let's get that straight. Let me break it down for the boxing fans and historians that really know the integral part of the sport and that comparison being made. It's only because of knockout status. Now we know you were not gonna see Mike's. You know, Mike had underrated defense. That's number one. I'm gonna give it to him. The peekaboo style, rolling and slipping. Okay, Cuss gave him that style because of the heavyweight division that he was in. He was shorter than everybody. So he wasn't going to be able to out jab everybody. So what he do? Move the trump, move the trump, move the trump, roll off of it. Tank, if you look at Tank rolls, I ain't going to give out nothing, but defense ratio, I'm going to tell them something, but let me keep that to myself because I don't want them going back, watching film. Ooh, Coach Squeeze, Smoothie can't give it out tips. Hell no. But both of those guys, they forgetting to mention two hell of a defensive fighters. But I'll separate Tank from him, not on the fanboy tip, because Tank really sets his stuff up a little more than Mike. Mike come forward, swinging for the fences, rip to the body, up, over. That was Mike bread and butter. Tank can get you with 7 to 8, 9, 10. You go to the snowball store, you got every flavor of punches he can get you with. Yeah.
Good.
And that's all I got to say on that. And that's a rise exclusive.
Okay. I like
How
that.
y'all like those apples?
Hey, I like those apples. It ain't I ain't see a Roddy Bunch in there with that one.
My man. But you know, on a real tip, man, love you guys, man. Hardcore boxing coach Cal, man. Cal, thank you, man, for always thinking about me when you out there, man, on the road. They don't get it, man. It's about pulling the next man in, man. Not being selfish with this journey. If they don't see that, man, they always focusing on the negative stuff. You know what I mean? Can you dig in? Can you see this? Or are you blind? Do you see what's going on? This is a movement.
Yeah.
This is a movement. And it's like we getting out of Alcatraz. We taking the plastic fork and we just pecking one piece at a time until we get out. Cause they ain't gonna never find my ass when I get out. And we all gangsters on here. I know they ain't finding hardcore boxing because we out that bar.
What you think of hardcore?
Hey man, I'm gonna be truthfully honest, man. Take you all the way back to the Willie Lynch syndrome, man. They want to keep us divided. You know what I'm saying? They keep us divided. We don't stand strong. So they want to see the young man against the old man, as you got Gervonta against Mike Tyson and things of that nature. They want to keep division. They want to be able to make titles and things like that to get clickbait. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just always about business all the time. But what it really is about family. We family out here, man, and nothing divides family. You know what I'm saying? And if Mike Tyson and Gervonta Tank Davis, they got love between each other. So we want to make sure that y'all get the real narrative instead of the generic one that's been put out there, man. They not beefing, not whatsoever. You got two alpha males out here that know what's going on in life, and those non-alpha males are out here trying to split the difference. That's all it is.
Yeah,
But the thing is, Smoothie King versus hardcore boxing in a 12
I got my money on
rounder.
hardcore boxing.
What you think? Mind your business. Ain't nobody ask no children, nothing on the
Honestly, I
back.
got my money on
Look,
hardcore.
and the thing is, I'm painting the narrative. Don't be rude. The thing is, if they ask me what you like about hardcore, I'm setting this up for them. What you like about hardcore boxing? They asking me. Well, man, hardcore boxing, he a pressure fighter. He got power in his right hand. He's an excellent pressure fighter, but I think I box a little more. I move a little more. I know I gotta stay away from his best shots. That's not dissing nobody. That's giving the facts of the ability in which you see in one another as fighters. There's no disrespect there. So I don't know why they trying to paint that narrative. It's just a statement of styles. And if Tank would have, said something totally off the bracket, we would have been able to understand that. But he didn't. That's the thing. And when I seen it, I was like, I started laughing because I know what it's all about. Hardcore boxing already explained it. It's clickbait. They gotta paint a narrative to keep stuff going. It's Friday. They might ain't got nobody to go out with, so they gotta arouse themselves. I mean, I get it. I'll mind my business, but I get it.
You gotta understand as people, it's okay for people to disagree. It's okay. People don't have to agree on everything. Me and Squeeze don't agree on a lot. But I got nothing but
We don't agree on
love for
shit.
Squeeze. Squeeze got nothing but love for me. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
They made an album.
No, and so when people don't disagree, everybody always trying to spin the narrative to make it like negative. No, it's okay to. That's the problem as people. We got to get used to. People ain't gonna always agree with what we got going on.
We got our own perception.
Once we understand everybody is different. So once we understand that people are different and have their own thinking process and perspective, okay, he say he's not like me, that's fine. That's his opinion.
Yeah, that's right.
He has that right. You see what I'm saying? He has that right. Now, unless it's like a person like Tim Bradley, then we good. But Tim Bradley, it ain't gonna be long.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like that's just my point. Like, nah, man, it's okay. Like that, if that's how they both feel that they not like each other, that's fine. They can both feel like that, and it doesn't have to be no hard feelings. I've heard Mike several times say, "I got nothing but love for this little nigga."
Yeah, but you know what? Family argue all the time. What family you know that don't argue?
Smoothie King. Right back
at you with another one. Oh, our official sponsor. Right here. The man right here. Kenichi Bear, thanks for the 20-piece McNugget. Just checking in. Putting same color in the chat. Some color in the chat. Hit the like button, everyone. Let's go. The 22nd. You coming out, Kenichi?
Yeah, you know he is.
You know he gonna be there.
Thanks for your support, man. And by the way,
Hey, I like the way Kanichi did that. He was telling your ass to go to work.
Y'all terrible, man.
Yo, that was a good way. That was a good way to remind us we still on the clock. Oh man, yo.
Hey, Coach Cal, how camp going, man? Tank healthy? He's healthy.
Yeah, it was a brother. Y'all need to go check out his interview. He did an interview. He's from out of Philly. He's from out of Philly. I forgot the name of the podcast that he did. What you call it? And he said he bought his kid. We had a kid. I forgot his name. I like the kid too. He put in some good work. He had a kid was 4-0. Everybody don't understand the madness to what I'm doing, right? But Tank been seeing different looks. He's like, yo, we gotta keep bringing different, this camp
is that kid Jabril, coach?
There you go. Yes. Man, Jabril came up here Philly style, and his coach, he was like, man, they called, we gave him the call. He answered the call, man. And when you see another coach analyze your fighter, and he said this, you can see it in his face when you watch the interview that like it's like, God dang, man, this kid, he's different. He's different, man. And when he break it down, he said this, said, dang, they called my kid out there, and he knew what his kid had, but he wanted to see because he answered the call what level his kid was on. And his kid came out there doing some serious stuff because I heard he sparred Shakur. He sparred a couple of good seasoned pros that's making big noise and he's giving them hell. But when he's saying Tank, the shit that he do and how he breaks shit down, man, and we did something different. I told you Tank is coming to being a coach in the ring. And the way how we did sparring, man, this sparring was different. It was like the amateur days, but he did it a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me, how many rounds Tank gave me? I can't tell. He gave me a good 12 rounds. But the way how we did it, man, it was unreal, man. It was unreal. But y'all need to check that interview out, and you can look at the coach's face, how he was explaining it.
Yeah, Greg Hackett.
Yeah, you see how he was thinking but talking at the same time. And you can see the thought as coaches, you can see it. Check it out, Squeeze. You can see it. And you can see like he was so fucking amazed. And he was like, damn, I see what Calvin talking about. You get what I'm saying? Because we was throwing shit at him that he didn't even expect. And the way how he was doing some shit, man, I'm looking at him like, okay, I got to work on this. I got to work on that. And the way how he was putting it together. Because we see what he don't see. But it's coming from him. And I was talking about Tank. I said, Tank, it's a difference between cooking and baking. He said, what, coach? I said, it's a science with the bacon and it's a cook with the heart. And I said, let me explain something to you. I said, me, Kenny, and the team is the art. It's the science side of the boxing. I said, but when you get in there and perform, you the cook, you the chef. You putting the art with that shit, man. And man, I just couldn't believe what he was doing, man. I couldn't believe it, yo. I was looking at it like, damn, man, Kenny was looking at it. We was looking at it like, yo, this nigga ain't even hit his full peak yet. So when you hear another coach breaking your fighter down, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I just want to give him a shout out, man, for giving his side, on his thought of looking at the inside of what we do, being there,
Nice.
Real talk.
Yeah,
but like I was saying, Coach Calvin, out of all the camps you have done, I don't know if this question fair or not, because I don't want you to cram like you cramming for a test, but I know this will come natural for you. because of your passion for the sport. But do every camp bring something different?
Yes, every camp brings something different because it's a different fighter that you're going into. But this camp right here, we got a young undefeated guy. Can't let the media take my guy off track for what he's going to do or how he want to do it and stuff because that can happen. You get caught up in the media and stuff. But this camp is very
Correct.
different because of the simple fact this is the level of being or becoming or who he's really is. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of pressure on both sides. You know what I'm saying? When I sit there and look on the other side of the table, we had Bernard, we had Oscar, and we had Joe Goosen. Joe Goosen is the lead man for that night. Then you got Bernard in his ear, then you got Oscar in their ear. You know, we just got us. And I was explaining to him, this is something personal. I was explaining to Tank. I said, yeah. I said, they said, Leonard was there to support. I said, they said, y'all know what's going on. And I said, they said, God wants you to do this by yourself. Y'all hear what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
God want him to do this by himself, And you don't get me wrong, Tank got great respect for Floyd. You know what I'm saying? But it's just sad that we don't have that entity with us going into this journey, but that's not how he want to see it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's not how he want to see it. The way how he want to see it, he want to let Tank know it's your time, it's your generation to carry, to take to the next level, And this is his task. So when I sit back and look at it, I'm not mad, I'm not upset, I understand it. We're going to do what we got to do because this is our journey right here of become what we're supposed to become. So it's all good.
A coach, who was right?
I wanted Coach to clear up a narrative that people are actually believing out here, where Ryan came out and said that Tank said that he can't eat for 3 days, he can't drink water for 3 days, and some people actually believe stuff like that, Coach. So for these people that actually, can you just clear that up for them, Coach, and let them know that that's just cap?
Man, he's just doing something. I said he's setting the narrator up already. He done put in his mind how the outcome of the fight that so he's trying to sell all that. That's not happening. The man already got on scale and showed that he's already close to weight already. So that's dead. That can't even help that theory or whatnot. If you understand boxing, because Tank went through it too, and Tank got to go through the same thing Ron got to go through. You know what I'm saying? They both got to stand on the scale that day. They both got to do the same thing. It's not like it's one-sided and whatnot. Certain sanctioning bodies put certain things in there because they try to watch the safety of the fighters of not hydrating past the weight. We have seen that in fights and whatnot. So after you do that morning weigh-in of the day of the fight, you know what I'm saying? You can eat all day. You can do what you want all day because you made the requirements that the sanctioning body and the contracts tell you to do. You with me?
Yes.
So when again, that's the science of boxing. You with me? That they understand when they got a fighter doing it, because if you let them just do what they want, you know what I'm saying? Some fighter might come in 170, 180 pounds. But I've seen Tank do what he do at guys at that weight. So again, that's the sanctioning body putting things in place to make sure both don't do, what they do to exceed past them weights so nobody don't get seriously hurt. Y'all with me? So that thing he can't eat, he can't drink, that's capping, man.
Yeah, but the answer to your first statement you made, I think that he has more pressure on him trying to live up to the expectations of Bernard, De La Hoya, and Goosen. That's number one. And he don't show me nothing that, and I'm not gonna spoil everybody's appetite, but we don't overlook nobody, but
Right, squeeze.
I'm not scared of this young man at all. The stuff I've seen from Tank in the gym sparring, man, and this dude, man, he been doing this shit since he been 5 or 6 years old, man. This ain't being in that ring with him is like a walk in the park with your child holding hand in hand. He home in it. Stephanie Mills say ain't no place like home. Click your heels 3 times. Smoothie King, right back at you with another one of our biggest supporters, brother Kareem Hassan. He made his professional debut on the Rise podcast last night. He weighs 178 pounds. He has a 72-inch reach, and he stands at 6 feet. We undefeated down here. Big love to the Rise and Hardcore Boxing. Handle y'all biz, Coach Cal.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Dan. But Squeeze, you're 100% right. I just try not to give up too much play on how we're going to do anything. Like you said, you don't want to spoil people's appetite. You want them to have an appetite. You know, that reminds me, you use that word when one of the guys asked me, said, Ron hungry. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to prove to the world that he belongs on this.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop it. Stop. Stop it. Stop. That's all I'm gonna say through this whole interview. When you mention his name, stop. Stop it. Yeah. Whenever his name mentioned, stop. Yeah, stop it.
Okay, but again,
Calvin, I want that nigga next. I want his ass next. We gonna all screw him. We all gonna screw him. Smoothie King, right? We gonna pass him around the panel. Right back at you with another one. I want that curl. Ryan don't have more pressure on him. Tank got the whole city, the boxing world, and great expectations with constant doubters, haters on his back, going into that fight and still gonna do what he do.
They running with that. They running with that. I got this mommy calling me, y'all. I'm gonna put him on the back line. You know, we still doing medicals and all that. Hey, you seen that? What I sent to you?
No, I ain't get a look yet. I'm moving around, getting some stuff straight on my way to work.
Yeah, when you check that
I'm
out,
look at it as soon as I get to work.
Let's get this in and out. My boss over my shoulder. I'm trying to keep a job.
All right, that's cool. Go ahead, Kenny. I'm ready to go.
I got to pay my bills. I don't